Hey YouTube, it's me Sunshine from Fat to Fit Glam, and I am finally bringing you guys a 3-month update on my surgery progress. Some of you guys may be new to me. If you are, hello, how are you? I am Sunshine. Welcome to my channel. And to my subscribers, hey girl or hey boy, welcome back. But yeah, so everybody has been asking me like, oh my gosh, update, and I just wanted to let you guys know that of course I am 3 months post-op, and child, it has been a journey already. For anybody that thinks that this is the easy way out, it is definitely not the easy way out, and I have a lot to talk about. So this video might be a little bit lengthy. If it is lengthy, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to keep it to a minimum, but it's just so much information I want to share with you guys, and I feel like some of this stuff was stuff that I wish that I had been told prior to my surgery. So let's just start with some stats. I am 5'9". My highest weight was 330 pounds. My day of surgery weight was 300 pounds, and okay, I am currently 300. Oh no, child, take that away. I am currently 269 pounds, which is a little bit disappointing and discouraging for me because I am only 31 pounds down since surgery, and I feel like I should be down a little bit more than that. But I'll tell you why I feel like I have not lost more than that. Let me get my notes. So let's just start with immediately after surgery. Immediately after surgery, I was in a lot of pain. I was still optimistic. I was not able to drink water, which is really freaking weird, but I would get extremely nauseous if I drank water. It didn't matter what the temperature of the water was. It didn't matter if it was just tap water, bottled water, purified water. I just could not tolerate it. So what I would have to start doing was mixing like Crystal Light in with it, or like those diet fruit flavors that you put in the bottles of water. Like I had to mix that in with my bottles of water just to get fluids in. And because of that nausea that I was experiencing, I kind of had like a aversion to water, so I was not really drinking as much as I should. I definitely was not eating the way that I should have been. I mean, immediately after surgery, you're not eating anyway. You're just still on a liquid diet for like a week or two. So anyway, I was just not feeling well enough to intake anything, and that caused severe dehydration. I want to say by the time I was about maybe 4 weeks post, I was in the hospital. Excuse me. I'm trying to suppress a sneeze. Oh my gosh, don't you hate when a sneeze be like right here in your nose and it just don't want to come out? So I ended up back in the hospital at about 4 weeks post-op, and I had to have massive amounts of IV fluids pushed in me because I was just like so dehydrated. And ever since then, I kind of got better with my fluid intake because I kind of worked my own system in, and I kind of had to take what my surgeon and his nutritionist taught me and kind of put my own spin on it, because when I was just like so in my head about,
oh my gosh, okay, this is what they say in this book, I have to do it this way and I have to do this, that, and third,
it wasn't realistic for me, and I was driving myself insane, and I was not able to meet those goals. So once I scratched the textbook versions of what I was supposed to do and took bits and pieces of that and applied my own twist on it, then I started to see a little bit of progress. But honestly, at 6 weeks post-op, I was still at about like maybe not even really 20 pounds down, which is ridiculous, because especially with the gastric bypass surgery, anyone who gets the gastric bypass surgery, I feel, has a mentality of,
okay, it's all or nothing. If I'm going to get bariatric surgery, then I'm just going to go all the way and get rid of all of this excess weight, and it's going to fly off, and I'm going to work hard, and I'm going to be, you know, healthy and fit and at a good weight.
And I went into this with that mindset, and I kind of am a little bit disappointed that I'm not down a little bit further. And I really feel like my lack of fluids was partially to blame for my weight loss stall, because literally from 4 weeks post-op all the way up until like maybe 2 weeks ago, okay, so that's like what, 6 weeks, I did not really lose any weight. I fluctuated up and down, up and down. And it's just weird because I should not have been fluctuating. So only within the past 2 weeks I lost like the last 11 pounds. And even with that, like, I'm not really satisfied with my weight loss as of yet. I mean, I try to be optimistic and say,
girl, when was the last time you lost 30 pounds in 3 months? Like, shut up. You're making good progress.
But then the other side of me is just like, well, what could I be doing differently? What could I be doing better to optimize my results? So it's a struggle, and you know, it's a journey. Like, you will legit have great days where you're on it, you're getting all of your fluids, you're getting all of your protein, you've taken all of your vitamins, you probably even worked out. Like, you'll have excellent days where that type of thing happens, and then you'll have days where you're not getting as much fluid in and you forgot to take your vitamins. And working out, please, no. Like, you'll just, it varies from day to day. And I guess the thing that I wish that I had been told prior to surgery, only so I could prepare for it, was all the emotional changes that will occur. I mean, of course they tell you like,
oh, we're doing surgery on your stomach, not your brain. You have to, you know, eat with your brain, not your stomach. You know, you gotta change all of that.
But they don't tell you that you will start to feel emotional stress. Like, you will start to, well, for me, I started to feel like really hangry at the entire world. Like, I'm a hangry person in general. If I'm hungry, just get out my way, because if I'm hungry too long, I get angry. So that hanger that I was experiencing was extreme. And it was to a point where, you know, I would be fixing dinner for my family, for my fiance and my daughter or whatnot, just like how I normally do, so we can sit down and have family dinner. And it was just like, I can't eat with them anymore. And for me, eating is bonding, especially when it's with people that you love. And I just felt like I was on the outside looking in, like my nose was pressed up against the glass and they were just bonding, because I can't sit there at the table with them and eat, because I got like, what, a spoonful of cream of wheat at the time. Like, you know, I just felt upset because I don't like change, and I just felt like too many changes were happening all at once. And it was just like, it was really pushing me to my limits. I would literally cry at the table as they ate, because I was so upset that I could not eat with them. I was jealous. I was like,
oh my gosh, like, what did I do to myself? Like, why did I do this? Oh my God, Sunshine, you're so weak. Why did you have to have surgery to even, you know, do all of this to lose weight, and you're still not even losing weight? Like,
I would really beat up on myself. And I feel like, for me and my experience, my surgical team and my bariatric team did not prepare me sufficiently for the emotional aspect post-op. They prepared me for the psych eval that you have to go to prior to surgery so that you can be approved for it, but they did not properly tell me, like,
listen, you're gonna have days where you're gonna be mad at the world. You're gonna have days that you are legit jealous. You're gonna have days that you're gonna beat up on yourself and say that you hate yourself because you did this, and you're gonna have days where you're gonna feel really weak because you opted to have surgery. But in those days, this is the options that you should take to make yourself feel better.
Like, if they had to put it to me that way, I could have been prepared for it. So not only am I not losing weight, not only am I dehydrated, not only am I now isolated, because of course, like, I'm home, and I feel like my recovery time was a little bit longer than usual because I didn't really have any actual physical support other than my fiance. So he's off at work all day, and then my daughter is at school. I'm at home with the dog and the cat, and I'm just like, I'm isolated, you know, and I felt really bad because I had all of these feelings and I had no way to express how I felt. So, and then I can't eat my feelings anymore. And that's what I would do prior to surgery, was if I felt down and I couldn't express how I felt to someone, I would eat my feelings. And that food would give me a warm bear hug and say, girl, it is okay. And it's just like, after surgery, of course you can't do that anymore. So it was just like all this emotional stuff that I was going through. It was just like a huge month of PMS times 1,000, which is crazy, which is really crazy. Maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just a crazy person, but I feel like they did not properly prepare me for the emotional stuff that comes afterward. Like I legit felt depressed. I mean, I want to say after I went to the doctor, I went to the hospital and I got the fluids for my dehydration. I want to say around like 6 weeks. That's when I started to come out of my little depression. The gray clouds were going away. Acceptance came. Like,
girl, you can't eat that food no more. Like, shut up. Like, please, stop whining about it.
So once about 6 weeks hit, I was feeling a little okay. And I heard that, you know, some people do get the blues right after surgery. Some people don't experience that, other people do. I guess I'm just one of those weird people that did experience it. And I just wanted to, you know, brush over that really quickly in case you guys hadn't been aware that that was a possibility. Because, child, I was in there going through it, okay? In addition to all of the emotional stuff that I was going through and the lack of fluid intake, I struggled a bit with my vitamins, simply because I did not have all of the vitamins I was supposed to have. I bought Centrum Complete Chewables for adults or whatever. I bought that, and this is really gross. I hate it. And then what I did was I bought some calcium citrate, but I did not get a chewable form, and my nutritionist was just like on my ass, like,
you gotta get one. It's not an option. This isn't a suggestion. This is directions. You have to get it because in a couple years your teeth are going to start falling out, and it's all because you're not taking calcium now. So make sure you get it.
So I went online and I bought some calcium citrate chewables, and oh my gosh, they're freaking horrible. Oh my gosh, they're so nasty. They're so gross. I only take them simply because I don't want my teeth to fall out. I don't want my bones breaking. I don't want my hair falling out. I don't want any of the repercussions of not taking it. So I take it pill. It's gross. It's chalky. It's nasty. It's gross. And at first my vitamins were making me nauseous, so I was told to take them with food. So at mealtime I would take it, so whatever. And of course I take B12, the little droplet things. I got mine from Rite Aid. I'll put a picture right here or something, I don't know. And so I just put that under my tongue every couple days, and I am vitamin D deficient. That's what my surgeon told me. He did blood work and he told me that I was vitamin D deficient. So he wrote me a script for vitamin D. He told me I'm anemic, so I had to take iron pills. What else do I have to take? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it right now. So yeah, I probably forgot something, but I can't remember right now. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good with my vitamins. I'm supposed to take my multivitamin once in the morning and once at night, or in the evening or something like that. And the same thing with my calcium pill, calcium tablet that I chew up. So I've been doing pretty good with that. The B12, sometimes I forget to take it every other day or every couple days, but I do at least get it in some way or another 2 times a week. And my vitamin D pill, I have to take that once. I usually take that on a Wednesday. Every Wednesday I take one. And then iron, I really don't take the iron pill as frequently as what he prescribed, simply because, and this is going to be really gross, and this is another thing that they don't really tell you about, is that you will be constipated, or you won't be as regular as you were pre-op, I was fairly regular. I would poop maybe one, and we're all adults, so please stop with the immaturity. Because I know somebody is like,
what? Girl, you talking about poop?
Stop with the immaturity. We're all grown. Listen, it is what it is. So anyway, pre-op, I used to poop at least once a day, sometimes twice a day. Like, I was very regular. I was just like,
yes, girl, clean them pipes. Get that shit out of you. Literally, okay?
So now, post-op, I am not as regular. I go, oh my gosh, the first week after surgery, it took me like literally 6 days to poop after surgery. And I had pooped the day before surgery because I took a laxative. You guys saw the laxative video. You didn't see me poop. Just, anyway. So it took me 6 days to poop, and then it took me another 4 days to poop. And then it's just like, okay, I get it. What you put in is what comes out. If nothing goes in, nothing comes out. So I get it. But it got to a point where I'm just like, okay, I should have gone to the bathroom by now. Like, my stomach feels bloated. Like, I've never felt that constipation bloat before because I was never really ever constipated. So I say all of that to say that I try, in my own experience, and I don't know if this is a proper recommendation, but I try in my own experience to factor in some type of fiber into my diet to make me a little bit more regular. And I've been doing that for about a month now, and I've been pretty consistently going like at least once every other day. And so because I do have these problems with constipation, see, now I'm bringing it all full circle. Because I have these problems with constipation, iron has a tendency of making me constipated as well. So to take an iron pill every single day would be detrimental to my health. I just feel like that. I feel like, oh my gosh, I would never be able to get anything done because I would just always feel like I'm full of shit. And and I mean that literally, not figuratively. No, I can't do the iron pill every single day. However, I will compromise with him, and I will break his rules and try to take it at least once a week. Or whatnot. So that's what I do with vitamins and nutrients. Protein, child. Protein is going to be your life struggle. Oh my gosh. For me, I feel like, okay, in the beginning, I was so gung-ho and ready to pop those yogurts open, those Greek yogurts, and pop those protein shakes up. And I'm like,
yes, let's go. I'm going to get into all of this protein. All of this 60 to 80, 95 grams of protein a day.
yeah, girl, no. That shit lasted maybe 2 weeks. And then I was just so over protein shakes, so over Greek yogurt. It's just like, I don't want nothing else creamy at all. Like, I just don't. I don't want it. Like, my taste buds really was just like,
no girl, we can't do it.
So what started happening was I started to develop an intolerance for stuff. I noticed I would be extremely gassy. I noticed that my stomach would start to like get nauseous, and I just was like, okay, I have to decrease this, because between Greek yogurts and protein shakes, I was getting my recommended amount of protein in every single day. Like, I was good on the protein. I was horrible with my fluids, like I said before, but my protein was good. But it wasn't until like I just was over it. So what I had to do was I had to start getting more creative. Once I was able to eat foods again, after surgery or whatnot, once I had progressed back into like soft foods and healthy foods and stuff like that, I started to implement more chicken into my diet, more tuna into my diet. And of course, you guys know that those two things are very high in protein, and you can do so many different creative things with protein, with chicken and tuna and just fish in general. So that whole thing helps a whole lot. Right now, and then another thing that I had to learn to do in order to get my protein in was to actually meal prep sometimes the night before, and actually figure out my meals for the week at the beginning of my week, because it's like organization is definitely going to be key for your nutritional health. Like, you're going to really need to think about what you're putting into your body. You really want to need to calculate those calories and protein and the you know, everything. You're going to have to think about all of those things, carbs and all of that stuff. You have to think about all of that stuff. So you will need a journal. You will need an app on your phone or something like that. Like I use MyFitnessPal. I don't really use it as frequently as I probably should, but if I do remember, because I've gotten into a certain groove now that I really don't need to utilize it as much, but because I pretty much eat the same things every single day, every week or whatnot. But if you're just starting out, I would say utilize MyFitnessPal, because it is a good tool that you can use to help organize yourself. Working out. I just started working out 2 weeks ago, and I will tell you why. I am now a nursing student. I am in nursing school full-time, 5 days a week, and even though I take the B12 and it gives me a boost of energy, I was so sore just from carrying books to school. Okay, like it was ridiculous. So I was just like, okay, I gotta start working out. And of course, being a nursing student and learning about different things and stuff like that, you want to be able to set a good example for your patients, because you know, who wants to listen to the fat nurse or doctor tell them that they're fat? You know what I mean? Like, come on. So I decided that, okay, I need to make changes. I'm more scheduled. I have more of a routine. So now I can designate a certain time for my workouts. So in the past 2 weeks, I've started working out. I actually was supposed to work out yesterday, but I didn't because I wasn't feeling good. I had visitor cramps, and I didn't feel like working out. So I will need to work out maybe tomorrow when I get home from school. And but anyway, so on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays I work out. I have a stationary bike in my living room, and what I can do is I get on that bike and it moves the arms back and forth, kind of like how an elliptical does, but you're just cycling and your arms move back and forth, which is really good because child, these arms need some work, okay? And she don't have no brachioplasty money, so I've been really trying to work my arms out. I do have the weights that go on your wrist, and you can add some resistance to your workout or whatnot, but I do the bike for about 30 minutes, and then I'll do like some light lifts with my arms, some type of exercise or whatnot, and I use 5 to 8 pound weights. And I got them from, I don't know if you guys know of this store, but there's a store called Five Below. It's a really cheap store. Everything is $5 or below, whatever. So I went there, and I didn't even splurge on this stuff. Like, I went there and I got these weights, and I try to do as much arm workouts as possible. I do lifts. I need to start doing squats, but you know, baby steps right now. So I do 30 minutes on the bike, and then I do 30 minutes of some other type of lifting, and I try to do like a little bit of cardio to, like, even though I've gotten 30 minutes of cardio on the bike, I try to do some more stuff. Like I try to always move. I try to sweat. And I think that has definitely helped out with me losing that last 11 pounds in the past 2 weeks. So I've boosted up my water intake. I've boosted up doing workouts. I've gotten on a better routine and regimen with my vitamins and just my meals in general. For breakfast, because I have a hard time with getting breakfast and pre-op or whatnot. I've never been a real big breakfast eater, but like now I get an egg white omelet with chicken, spinach, tomato, and onion on it, and then that right there, like I looked up the nutritional facts, that right there has like 25 grams of protein in it. So that's like almost half the battle, you know, and it's only like 7 in the morning when I get that. So that's really good. And then I just try to follow a regimen. However I start my day off is however strong I finish my day off. So I try to get a really good strong start in the morning, and that's the best thing I can tell you. Start strong in the morning, because if you don't start drinking your fluids until like 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock and you just don't want it when you first wake up in the morning, you're going to offset the rest of your day. You're going to offset your meals, and that's going to lead to the dehydration that you don't want to get. oh, somebody's probably going to ask, but as far as hair loss, I have not experienced any hair loss. If anything, I've experienced a lot of hair growth. This is not my hair. Sorry, white people. This is not my real hair. It looks good though, but it's not my real hair at all. It's a wig that I made, and if you guys know anything about wigs and you want more details, I'll probably put those right down there, because I'm going to do a video on this hair right when I'm done this. But no, so I wear wigs, so even if I did experience hair loss, it would not affect me that much because nobody sees my real hair anyway. But yeah, so the best thing I can say to combat the hair loss is to take biotin pills, but ask your doctor first if you are cleared to do that. So yeah. Oh, another thing, even though I told you guys how much weight I've lost, I must say that my body shape has changed so much. What I'm not seeing on the scale, I'm definitely seeing in my body shape. So, and that's another thing that gives me a lot of optimism, is because when I look in the mirror, I see that my stomach is going down, my waist is coming in, my hips is coming back out again, and my boobs, oh girl, my boobs is gone. But it's okay though, because I see that my body is conforming. It's changing shape. So I'm good with that. I don't care if the number on the scale, oh, I do care, but I don't care if the number on the scale doesn't go down, as long as I look like I'm going down. So don't worry about the small stuff. It will all happen in due time. I am in communication with my surgeon again, because I do want him to make sure that I am losing at a healthy rate, and that there is not a complication going on that may require revision, because I've started to think like, do I need a revision because maybe my pouch is too big? Because I did end up needing an endoscopy at about 6 weeks post-op, because the water issue was just like becoming a big issue. So I don't know if the endoscopy made my pouch too large, but I'll save that for a whole other video, because this video is way too long. And I thank you guys for watching. If you like it, make sure you thumbs it up. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. This ain't for me. This is to make sure that you know what these things are.
I gotta think.
So the first thing I noticed about Nate was that he was gonna be my husband. Like legit, like I was sitting there.
You know how hostile and sour lambs sound like? Like